Hey friends, it's Ashley and it is Wednesday, and so that means we have a pick a pile reading tonight. Today I am using the Cosmic Cycles Tarot and Postcards from the Liminal Space. All right, you ready? Go ahead and pick your pile. Which one it is that calls to you, go ahead and pick it. We're gonna move on. Moving away, piles number 2 and 3. We're moving on to pile number 1. Oh, we have Yes and the Emperor. Okay, so what we have here, hopefully that didn't, I had a notification on my phone, hopefully didn't mess up the video. So we have Yes and the Emperor. Yes, whatever it is that you have been looking for, wanting, thinking about doing, this is your permission slip to just go for it. Stop thinking and just do it. The Emperor. The Emperor is a major, so that means it's something big, not your everyday. Something's happening. There's a lot of energy, masculine energy, obviously, in the Emperor. There's a lot of fatherly energy, but in fatherly energy, what I mean is somebody who, the energy of being organized and thinking about your future and wanting to make sure that there's enough money in the bank and making sure that you get a good job and that kind of energy. That's the Emperor energy. The Emperor wants to make sure that you're taken care of. The Emperor makes sure that his empire is taken care of. He may not be the one doing the actual taking care of, but he's going to delegate that. So that's the energy of this card. So perhaps there's something that you've been thinking of doing, and it's maybe you're thinking the Emperor might not be so positive about it. I think you should just still go for it, but know that maybe you'll have you can talk to him and maybe you'll have the energy of somebody that can give you advice. Perhaps that's what this card is talking to you about. I mean, right here in the card there's a father and a daughter. He's talking on the phone, but he's also holding her hand and making sure that she's okay. So that is this energy today, pile 1. Yes, go for it. Be organized, be methodical, make sure that your ducks are in a row, but also know that you can look to others for advice. Maybe you're looking for a mentor, something like that. Okay, we're gonna look for pile number 2. We have the Wound and the Gift and 10 of Wands. Interesting. We'll start with the Wound and the Gift. The Wound and the Gift is kind of a, what's that, what you call it when like they're kind of the opposite of each other. But what this card is really talking about is talking about like the cycle of life and how actually if you look it up and the, all the things that have to go right for there to be life on this planet, like it has to be the exact temperature it is, it has to have this much oxygen and all these things and if you change one small thing, you know, life is not viable. And so that is crazy, right? That's a gift. But often we treat that gift like it's a wound, like we have been taking this life and it's so hard and why are these things happening to me and it's so bad and it's a struggle. So it's a dichotomy, right? So we have to kind of be able to take both the wound and the gift and kind of bring them into our life and be okay with both, because it is both. It's not one, it's not the other, it's both. And then we have 10 of Wands, and 10 of Wands is talking about being at the end of a journey. This person is at the final stages of building, but they've got this heavy burden on their shoulder. And often 10 of Wands does show a burden on someone's shoulder, which I think goes really well with the Wound and the Gift. So you might be feeling like you have this great big giant burden, and sometimes that is the way we feel. We are, you know, things can get heavy, things can get hard, work can be hard. My dog is scratching at the door, but you have to be okay with that because it's gonna end. It's the 10. You're at the end of this journey. You won't be carrying that all the time, and it's going to get better. So finish your job, do it well, and then you can move on and let go of your burden. And that's pile 2. Let's go on to pile 3. We have drink water and 5 of Wands. That's an interesting pair. Drink water. Drink water is literally telling you need to take care of yourself. This vessel that you are walking around in, this meat suit as it's sometimes called, is what you've been given to live this life in. And so in order for you to live a full and long life, you have to take care of it. And we are like some large percent of water, 80, 90, I don't know what it is off the top of my head. And we need to drink more water to keep ourselves hydrated, to keep ourselves energized, to keep the mind fresh. And so that's really just what that card is telling us. So if you picked pile 3, maybe you just needed that little reminder. Because maybe this is happening, you're 5 of Wands. So 5 of Wands, you see this guy, he's playing a video game, and in the video game they're all fighting. And he's like all agitated, but it's funny because it seems like it's fighting. Like in a video game, it like can be very violent, but it's a game. So you can turn it off. It doesn't actually affect your real life. So there may be something chaotic that's happening right now, and it could feel a lot, but really what it is that it's not really ultimately going to affect you. 10 years down the line, you're going to look back on this and be like, whatever, it wasn't a big deal at all. It can feel like a lot right now, but it probably isn't a big deal. Maybe there is, I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of chaos in the world. And so maybe it's kind of a controlled chaos and it's going to bring you into something else. Maybe, or maybe you just need to turn off that game. Maybe that's what this is right here, these 2 cards together. Take care of yourself, turn off the game. I like that. So those are the piles, people. I hope you got a good reading. I hope something resonated with you, and I will see you next week.